Greetings and peace, family. I welcome you to my channel, Netrell Love and Light Earth Day 422. To those that already have been subscribing, thank you for coming back. And to those that might be new, I welcome you to my channel. I would like to make a disclaimer. This channel is for people, adults that are over the age of 18. I might have some trigger moments, so I just want to say that in advance to those that might be sensitive to certain things. I am a spiritual healer, tarot card reader, telepathic empath, spiritual being. I'm also a starseed, and I do not discriminate against sex, race, because race does not exist in my universe. I welcome all. When I speak of the collectively divine, I speak of people of humanity, divine and masculine and feminine, starseeds, earth angels, all the above light workers are all welcome to my channel. And I represent love and light and truth. With that being said, a few days ago I did sun and moon readings for Aries, and I was going to continue with the other signs. As I said, I'm a person that speaks truth. Please excuse my voice. I was at the beach and it was late, so my voice is a little bit chakras. My throat chakra is messing with me a little bit. Instead of me finishing those readings, when I started this channel, I said I am a student and a teacher, and I want to definitely share and express my healing and my life regarding my spiritual journey to you all, to let you know that even though there might be spiritual healers out here and tarot readers, we also too go through things, and I think it makes it a better closeness with the community of spiritual community when those two that are helping heal others share their shadow moments, and things that they might come across and they're dealing with. So with that being said, I want to do a personal reading on myself, and I want to share it with you guys. And if you have been looking at my channel, you would know that I do love astrology. I've been studying astrology and numerology and tarot reading. When I started this spiritual journey, tarot reading and astrology nor numerology were the things that attracted me most to my soul's mission. I am a healer. That's something I'm very familiar with, that I've been doing practically ever since I can remember from a child. But other obstacles in my life and things that I have experienced through the spiritual journey and through my NDE experience has led me to astrology, numerology, and tarot. I very humbly grateful to have had these experiences with that, because it helped me continue to find out who I am and my soul's mission. Along with this spiritual journey and my ND experience, I was told about twin flames, something I knew nothing about. I mean, we all have heard of soulmates. That's a common factor. But when it comes to twin flames are spiritual people, whether they're related or couple or siblings, friends, that both share the same soul, and their soul's mission is to help heal and raise the vibration of the world when they come into it. So, with my NDE experience, I was told about the Great Awakening that we all have been experiencing as of since 2017. I was informed in 2015. I've learned from my spiritual journey, most was awakened in 2017. So, I'm not limiting myself and saying, oh, no one else had an awakening at 2015. But far as I know, I was one of the only few that was told about the Great Awakening, was told about what we call God, Lord, Son of God. Is all just one name and source in the universe. So it was a lot that I intaked. I have a very photographic memory. My IQ level has went up when it comes to geometry and math and science. I still deal with dyslexic. I'm dyslexic. My daughter is as well. So sometimes it's difficult for me to pronounce certain words. But when it comes to numbers, and it seemed like, it's even times where, believe it or not, when I'm reading about angelic or spiritual things, I notice that I flow from my tongue very smoothly, if I can say. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. So I want to share my story because I don't want to just offer healing and giving tarot readings based on what people might think I know. I mean, as I said, I don't suffer, I deal with dyslexia. I know reading cards is just like playing Uno or a deck of cards, or playing skip bow, any type of cards, but intuitively, that's a whole nother level. And where I feel astrology has to play a big part, if you're not an intuitive reader, psychic reader, where you can utilize those gifts with tarot. If you're just a tarot reader and you don't study astrology, even numerology, you will find yourself giving off wrong readings. I learned this because through my spiritual journey, as I was awakening, because with my NDE experience in 2015, it was so catastrophical. I shared it with my children. Only one of the two of my biological children remembered those things that I told them, because my out-of-body experience that I experienced, my children were there. I wasn't dead, so to speak. I was in another dimension, and I was still looking at my body, but my children were there, and they allowed me, the Octarian and Palladians allowed me to communicate with my children, because I was standing there in the middle of my bedroom like a vegetable, not moving, because I'm looking down on myself. So if you can imagine, looking at a movie and a person is lifting up out of their body, no one else can see it, but they're looking down, so to speak. That's how it was. And so I was given a lot of information about C19. I'm going to just say this because I know what I'm on, YT. I don't want to be flagged. I was flagged being very open from my last YouTube channel, and I'm trying to keep this one open to be able to share with others and also get help, advice on other platforms where I can share and be able to speak of a lot of more vital information besides tarot reading and spiritual healing about this great awakening. It was just not about my life, it was about the world. And I am very open to share these things and informations, and actually the predictions that I made in 2015 has came to pass, which is very good for me mentally, because one would think that they were crazy with the information that was given to me. Would make it so special for me. They allowed me to even know my own future to come. I come from middle class, you can say, family. They suffer with mental conditions. I would say, I wouldn't say schizophrenic, I would say more bipolar, and trauma issues, not knowing how to speak to children and speak to one another. I was spoken to in ways that a child should never ever be spoken to. I was held responsible for with my parents, even though I was raised by others that took care of me, which was my grandmother. She had a lot of things that she was dealing with, and I now know with my healing, I know in no form fault her. I actually give her a lot of credibility of the strength and capabilities that she was able to bear. I mean, when I came along, I was just like, I was the youngest out of many generations that she raised. So she raised her kids, which were 5, and children she had, and then her children had children, and which was us. And out of her daughters alone, they had 6 kids, 3 apiece, and she practically raised all 3 of those children. Pardon me. So there was a pretty much, a lot to bear for her, and she also had sickness that she dealt with. My grandmother was in a wheelchair. She suffered with, I don't know if anyone knows, called elephantitis. It was a rare disease that got being bitten by a certain mosquito in the South. We're from New Orleans. Pardon me. Also, me being on my spiritual journey, we originated from Nigeria. We came from Nigeria to the Europeans to Virginia to New Orleans. So yeah, I pretty much, I've always been inquisitive about to know where I came from. So with all of that, I don't want to really go too deep and depth into my lineage. I more so want to speak of the upbringing and what has brought me to where I am and who I am. So my mother, she never was not around, but she dealt with a drug addiction. Her brother dealt with drug addiction. My oldest cousin out of the 6 grandchildren dealt with drug addiction. One was selling, not dealing with the drug addiction. So there was a lot of things that I didn't have too much to really look up to. I had another uncle that I still love and look up to now. He stays in another state, but it was just the best times when he came. He really showed a lot of attention in seeing that spark and light in me. He actually wanted me to live with him at the age of 14, but me being who I am, and I don't regret it. I refused to leave my grandmother because I knew she was already dealing with a lot, and I was there for her when a lot of others wasn't. So I've been taking care and nursing and knowing a lot about dealing with the sick because of what my grandmother went through since I was 7. I mean, at the age of 7, my grandmother was slowly losing the use of her legs. She literally was holding on to my shoulders to walk. My grandmother was a tall woman. She stood 5'9", 6 feet. That was one of the most hurtful things to see her go through. Yes, she remained to be in a wheelchair up until her passing, and I was 25 years old. So I'm 43 now. For those that haven't been watching my channel and know, about my other videos. So I dealt with a lot, and the stress that she was up under, and I'm not making an excuse for her. I mean, anyone that knows me know that I'm a mirror image of my mom, just like my daughter is of me. And I was a very inquisitive but very outspoken child. Your signs and who you are and your reincarnation has a lot to do with all of that, of who we are and our characters. It's just not who we were born. People need to really understand this thing about reincarnation and about life. And I just love that the Great Awakening has allowed a lot of us, which is the collectively divine, all of the ones that I spoke of, which means the world. As I say, I'm no different I'm no special than anyone else. Yes, I'm a star seed. Yes, I'm an earth angel. Yes, I'm a light worker. Yes, I am a twin flame, but I'm no different from a person that is a humanitarian person. That a humanitarian person, you are living and working for humane. That is the same thing that I do. It's no different. We all carry psychic abilities. We just have to tap in and awaken ourselves to these abilities. Meaning, for you to wake to these abilities, you have to go through your dark night of soul, and that is shadow work. Dark night of soul, the reason why I rather to use shadow work is because it's going to be more than one dark night of soul. I have experienced at least 4 to 5 since my awakening. So trust me, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable, but the healing part of not turning back and looking forward is best. It's the best reward of all. Like, I've totally healed my childhood trauma, of what the little that I've spoken on. I've healed that part. I've healed I need to be better, or I'm worried about what those think of me, or if I say this and live my truth, what are those are going to think? Pardon me, like, for example, family, because when you live in a family like that, I'm not the first, and it has nothing to do with race. It's just families, the lies and secrets of, oh, don't you tell my business, and what are others going to think about me? And because you want to live your truth and heal, others is going to feel a certain kind of way. I started out on Facebook, and I had cousins of me and my mom's calling her like, what's wrong with Latrell? Why is she talking like that about you? And my mother was like, that's her story, and she's allowed to speak it, because during that process, it was close to me really losing relationship with my mother. I can honestly tell you guys this, because I seen where she was not respecting my healing, and she even actually, because I'm a recovering drug addict, and spiritual awakening will appear to others that you're on something or something is wrong with you. Sometimes you can be impulsive, or you might be, I'm a speed talker if I'm excited about something, or you're crying, so others will think, oh, something is wrong with her, girl, she's on something, and you could have never ever had a drug addiction. I mean, these are the way people will look at you. So I'm just giving you the trigger warnings of being on a real spiritual journey. I listen to people when I've been on my spiritual journey. Yeah. I'm like, so you've experienced your dark night of soul. What is that? Then you're not on your spiritual journey. Have you did your shadow work? What is that? Then you're not on your spiritual journey. You're just speaking it. That's just like I can say, you know, I'm a boy, but I was born a female. I don't care how much I can say I'm a boy. Reality lets us know that I was born a female. Now, I'm not knocking. I'm just, like I said, trigger warnings. I'm metaphorically speaking. I'm just speaking on the reality. I don't live in reality. I've separated these words. I've actually given myself new words to break myself out of matrix and deprogram myself out of the matrix world, because if you keep still living in that world and accepting the things that they have taught us, which we know that is all backwards, and everything we thought we knew we have no idea of, we didn't know. You have to be your own creator. So if anyone has an opinion about, oh, I've never heard that word, this is not up for debate. This is for those that can relate. We are our own creators. So if you're your own creator, then you definitely can relate with me. Now, if you want to be up for debate, then you don't relate, and there's nothing to even leave a comment or feel any kind of way about. I know how to separate my peace from conflict. So I want to clear my energy before I start giving my reading. I want to give a reading for myself and show you all about making sure that you totally be aware of your birth chart, and when you're listening to regular tarot collective readings, or you're getting a regular personal reading, because I have paid and got personal reading. I can honestly say that I have spent thousands of dollars with my spiritual journey. I'm not speaking of tarot reading, of course not. I'm talking about crystals and all type of things, chakra bowls and tarot reading books, you know, classes, sessions, and whatnot. Like, I totally, I was always a person that never really finished things because it just didn't have interest. But this is how you know where you need to be when you're willing. Like, I suffered with a drug addiction, okay, for example. And instead of paying, doing what you needed to do, you would do whatever just to get that fix. Well, it's a little bit different when it comes to your spiritual journey. You're going to make sure you put yourself first and put your priorities first. But opposed to if you want to go and let's say someone is going on a vacation and they want to take you, and you got to pay for $150 for the trip. But you're in your spiritual journey and you know that these things that you need to get to help you with your spiritual journey, what would be more important to you? That's the point I'm making. So I want to channel for myself. I don't own any copyrights to the meditation music that you're listening to right now in the background. I am calling to Source, the universe, Mother Gaia, Master Ascended Archangel Raphael, Metatron, Archangel Michael, Uriel. I'm calling on my Master Ascendants and Archangels, as well as my ancient ancestors. I ask for this reading to be pure from the divine light. Ashe Namaste. So, before I get started, I just want to share with you, this is going to be my reading, but it's going to be part of my twin flame journey. Once I place it, I'm going to start with a tarot deck, which is the Magical Nordic Tarot cards. So I'm going to call and manifest. This is what we're all manifestors, and your energy is what you put it in. So my energy is going based on what I need to work with and what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through right now. And then these are other tarot cards that I have the names of the signs, so the meanings as well. So I'm going to use this deck for my twin to see if he's going to channel into this. So I'm going to just lay it out. I am a Taurus Aries cusp. In my birth chart, I have Leo, Libra, Virgo, Sagittarius, Cancer, a little bit of Cancer, and Gemini. He's a Pisces. He has Scorpio. He has Gemini. He has Cancer. He has Aquarius. So, as well as Capricorn on my side. So, if you need to rewind, when you see what I'm about to lay out, we're just going to give a test run and we're going to see how my cards lay to see how much of a powerful tarot reader I am. So, I mean, what better way than to give your own reading and do it on live to channel your gifts. So this is basically what I'm doing. I'm just channeling my gifts to see how far I have came along. And those that are still with me right now, I thank you so much. And we're going to start off with the Magical Nordic deck. I didn't want to lay the cards out. I wanted to shuffle them so you can see, honestly, me shuffling the cards so we can see how they fall as they lay. As well, this is the animal oracle that I will be pulling one for my archangel animal. I'm a star seed, so I will be pulling from here. And these are the angel messages that I also will be pulling from. And then the last but not least, it will be the yes or no question that I always pull for everyone else. I'm debating whether, because it's not like a wish. You live in your authentic true self. So I'm going to ask the question and we'll see the answer. I'm actually going to say it so you guys can also know, because I'm sharing. I want to be authentic with you guys, where I'm teaching and learning myself at the same time, okay? Divine Light Spirit guides, can you please give me any oracle cards, messages to myself from my archangels, universe, and source? Any messages? Start with those. Excuse my door, there's children playing outside. Okay, my first card is power. Oh yes, I'm standing in my power as the Queen of Swords. The next one is Eight of Cups. Doorways. All right. And the next one is the Sun. Happiness. So what I'm getting out of my cards, personally, I am standing in my power, Queen of Swords. I'm a little tense. I mean, this twin flame journey is definitely, it's a power. It's a powwow. It's not easy. My twin flame journey is, I would call it, everyone twin flame journey is unique, but we are childhood sweethearts, but we share children as well. But even though it's been 23 years since we were together, the love is still there. And I actually ran back into my twin flame in October, and he ran back off. So with that, the Eight of Cups, and it says doorways. I want to read that from this Magical Nordic card, Doorways. It's the Eight of Cups. So let's see. Because this is a new deck that I've just gotten. The Eight of Cups signifies a time when you need to walk away from a situation that no longer fulfills you or brings you joy. A friendship, relationship, a family bond may have withered long ago. Or a job you once loved or perhaps never did could be leaving you feeling emotionally depleted. Your heart has already left now. It's time for your body to follow, like a vase that's been broken. The situation is no longer what it once was, and trying to fix or rescue it will only hurt you further or delay the inevitable. You have done all you can do to save the situation. Now it's time to save yourself. That resonates so deeply with me, and this is what I was speaking about, the twin flame journey. I have reached out and did everything that I could possibly do. When it comes to my twin flame journey, my twin flame actually denied our first child in court at the age of 19. He was 19, my son. He's 26 now. And that was one of the things that hurt my son most. So happened before I knew he was my twin flame and I knew that I had a soulmate. Last year of October, my daughter ran into him at his job. He was so happy to see her. He came to my house and he wanted to see his son. And it seemed as if once we were talking a little bit on the phone and I was explaining to him that our son needs help and, he's been missing you as a father. Because let me rewind back. He had a DNA test taken. The judge insisted that this DNA test be retaken. Me being never have taken a DNA test in court before, I now know that any person that takes a DNA test, it will be recorded in the records of everything, like your birth certificate, like your Social Security. So he basically did a fake DNA test for our son. I mean, listen to the story. Why would you want to come back to someone you claim that wasn't your son's? You wasn't the father of the son. What would make you want to see your son or see me? You see, it was a lot of mental games being played with him. During my NDE experience, I was told from my Octarian Palladian beings that he was also my daughter's father. That was a secret I kept and I didn't tell her to remember because it was so much that was going on. And being what my daughter had went through from my ex-husband and my first love, which was the first boyfriend I had that I thought was her father. We took a DNA test and found out that he wasn't. I just didn't want to put more pain on her to deal with. But my daughter is very intuitive, and she also was contacted through Archangel Michael about her being his daughter. So when we contact back in October, I wanted for him to come back over so I can tell him verbally. I didn't want to tell him over the phone. I mean, he ran away from one kid, right? So why would I want to put more pressure for him to run away from both again? So he never gave me that chance. And all of a sudden, he just was like, stop calling me. I'm not that kid's father. You need to find out who his father is. Might I add, we have a granddaughter together that looks exactly like him. I mean, when I look at her, I see his mother and him all the time. So, yeah. I basically raised our children and granddaughter with all of this and still not hating him, still willing to accept and take him back, because what we have to understand about being in a deep sleep and being unawakened, we were all misled. So if I'm holding anything against him, I should hold it against myself and everyone else in this world. With that being said, that does not mean that I will allow myself to be mistreated. So I took it upon myself and I said, well, I know that he is definitely my son's father. He won't come back and allow me to do a DNA test. I didn't want to bring any courts around. I was going to simply pay for it. He refused. I'll see you in court and all of this. I'm like, well, why don't you just come to my house and we can do the test, right? So me being the intelligent person that I am, I start Googling and searching about DNA. Well, if the father's not around and the son or the daughter is there, you can test the other sibling with the parent, the mother, and depending on the percentage, that's how you determine whether or not these siblings are the same of both parents. Well, my son, as I said, has been going through a lot of things, and he drinks and he doesn't live with me. I'm not going to put his business out there, but what I will say, he needs a lot of healing. He came over a few weeks ago. I bought the test. Because of it being a sibling test, they charge like maybe $200 more for this DNA test. I really put inside my son's head, baby, please, Anthony, I know you drink. Please don't drink. Don't smoke. Please make sure that you have nothing on your body, because this is a DNA test. It's very fragile. All right, Mom, I'm not. When he came over here, I can smell liquor. So I already have extra toothbrushes. I'm like, please go brush your teeth. Use some mouthwash. Mom, I'm cool. I got my own toothbrush in the car. On top of me giving him $30 because he said he didn't have any gas money to get over here. So I paid for him to come over here. He has a vehicle. He took the test. Little did I know, he dropped the swab. There was the empty little package that he was supposed to put it back in. My daughter allowed me to do hers. I got it, Mama. I don't need you to do it, He's Aquarius. I don't know if anyone know about those signs, but yeah. So he basically didn't do the test correctly. So a few days ago, I'm excited. I'm knowing, I've been channeling, using my pendulum and, meditating and talking to Source and my archangels and ancestors, and I got the red light, But this is how the universe works. So when I get back the DNA test, well, there's no way possible that they could be siblings. That's first of all. They can't be siblings. They have to at least be half siblings, right? And it's only 4% of them being the mother, the parents, the child of the parent. So I don't know if they knew, because my name is Nitrell. I don't know if that's a unisex name. I'm different. When I'm listening to this, they already told me even if he's not even the father for either child, it would at least be 50%. They're my children because I bared them, right? So as I'm looking at the DNA test, I see different numbers missing on my son's DNA part, along where me and my daughter's is accurate numbers. How is it that it's 4% that I could be your mother and I'm your mother 100%, right? So when I called them again and explained to them all of this, and they said, well, yeah, if he dropped the swab on top of having drinking or smoking, that was the reason for that DNA test. And I will tell you, family, I went off to the roof. I'm a single mother, okay? So coming up with $400 on my own, I don't just have just to throw around. I didn't ask anyone for the test. I'm already being harassed by my twin flame and my kid's father. He's not wanting to be. He's sending me the false DNA test that he did in court, which the judge wanted to retest, but he never went back to court for that. So I've been dealing with a lot. And why I'm telling you this right now, and why I'm expressing this to you, and why I want to show you guys on how no matter what it is that you're going through, you can heal from it and also heal others. You can't stop, and I won't stop. So I want to be honest and share my story with you guys so you'll know that I'm very genuine and authentic. Anything that I tell you is all from my heart, and it's nothing but love and light. So we're going to finish my reading with that. So I have to walk away. I even blocked my son because he told me, you did this for you, not me. The day that I took the DNA test, my son was crying in my bed saying he only wants his father. He has mixed emotions, but he hasn't did his shadow work and healed. So no, son, I didn't do that for me. I did it for you guys. You know, so yeah. I'm just praying for all of them to heal. If I never be with my twin flame this lifetime, I know I'm going to have to repeat this again in another lifetime because of what he chose to do. I'm going to move forth. And guess what? I'm going to keep healing everybody that I can heal and reach. That will never stop me from my soul's mission because I'll stand in my power. And as the earth sign and grounded sign I am, I will stand firmly with that. So as I'm telling the story, there's doorways that's going to open for me because I'm choosing not to be depleted. Why? Because happiness still will lie in my life. Happiness will always be with me. I got these feathers from the beach the other day. That was awesome. So, I'm going to go ahead and channel. Could be my son. My son is Aquarius. My daughter is Pisces as well. And my little baby is a Cancer. So, and my little Puddin', which is my grandbaby, she's a Taurus like her Nana. Yeah, you see that? Happiness will still happen for me. We have to know that there are things that we just can't control. You know, you cannot. You know, a lot of people ask me, why didn't you send him your ND video and show him, you know, what you're doing? No, love is genuine. It's not by force. It's not by manipulation. I don't want you to love me for manipulation. Okay, should I take all these cards? Source. Okay, so I'm standing in my power because I have Virgo in my chart. Along with my 8 of Pentacles, I have 9 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups, Cancer. I'm walking away, so this could also be me celebrating with my children, as I stated. He also has Cancer in his chart. I don't do upside down cards. Sagittarius, 10 of Wands, hence to this Queen of Swords, stagnant, dealing with what I was dealing with. This is why I honestly wanted to share my reading with you guys, to give you my honesty. But I'm pulling through no matter what. So I'm going to do my Archangel Animal card to see what the animal archangels have to tell me. Sheila, I do apologize, sweetheart. If you look at this video, you will understand why we couldn't do our Zoom meeting today. I've been dealing with a lot, you know, and I like to be honest with those. I'm healing and healing others at the same time. It's not like it can't be done. It's good therapy as well. Divine Light, can you please give me one animal card for me? What does my animal archangels have to tell me? The turtle. Be joyful and trusting, Archangel Joels. All right, let's pull up the turtle. Like I said, I'm taking my time. Let's see here. Where is the turtle? That's page 126. I'm going to have to remember to look that up because I'm into numerology and angel numbers. Yes, I am. That's what I do. They're always giving us messages. So the guidance on that is choosing this card suggests that you may sometimes put your shell around you to protect your sensitive feelings. This also prevents the good from coming in. Your guidance is to let this well down and place light around yourself instead. Through the turtles, tune in the Jumbe and focus on abundance consequences. You can call in love, prosperity, happiness, joy, and all manner of good things. But be sure to visualize others and the whole planet receiving the stream of bounty with you. Yes, yes, yes. Trust that the universe loves you and that everything will work out for the highest good. The rich and generous universe is ready to bring you plenty. So value who you truly are. And if you wish to sacrifice yourself for the majority, do so cautiously. I cannot express how much that card I needed to hear. You know, being a spiritual healer and having to heal yourself, I've healed myself through drug addiction, depression. I didn't get any counseling. I didn't go to no one's preacher. I had no mother to cry on. I had no companion to cry on. All I had was my archangels, source in the universe, to embrace me and my starseed family. I just want everyone to know how possible it is to heal. And I don't want no one to stop. Continue to heal your soul so you can be on your life journey, your life path. Ashe, namaste. Thank you so much, Source. Thank you, Archangels. Thank you, Universe. I love you guys so much. I will be pulling my starseed card. What do my starseed family have to tell me, Universe? Divine Light. Let's see if family want to tell me the messages. Activated earth. Power places, lead lines. Trust where you're led. Yes. So I'm going to pull this up. The meaning. I am very humbled to share this reading with you guys. And it's actually the second card, number 32. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sent when we tune in to them with our stable sense, also known as spirit paths. They've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link scarred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australia, Aboriginally, I hope I'm saying that right, culture, song lines were in paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land history to travel safely across great distance. Many believe that as we visit such scarred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that being connected with the land with devotion at these scarred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to the scarred place that your soul remembers, or to tend the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers of nature, spirits of the land, as you connect with the earth and honor its keepers? The land open up more fully to hold you. The fruits provided more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. Starseed activation. And it tells me to place this card on my heart. Place the card on your portal of your heart and whisper the following. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for the nourishment and tender. I honor and I thank the keepers of earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for the nourishment of the tender holding. Ashe. And this almost end my reading. We almost an hour in. We're gonna get messages from my archangels and what it is that they want to tell me. What it is my archangels have to tell me right now. I didn't know it's going to be so emotional, but it's a beautiful thing. Any messages from my archangels, spirit guides, anything you guys want to say to me before I end this reading, this beautiful reading that the universe has allowed me to say? Whoa, that's too many. We'll just keep those. Well, thank you for letting me know you have a lot to say. Abundance. Abundance. Thank you. Abundance. I'm abundantly grateful for the healing. Peaceful resolution. Because that's exactly what I want for my children in this situation. This is more than a twin flame journey. This is my family. This is You know, I ask those, if you pray and meditate, please put me in your prayers. Please do. The situation will improve. I know, and I will stay fast on it. And last but not least, we will do 2 questions that I always do for everyone else. I'm going to do it for myself. The first question will be, should I retake this DNA test again, even though I've spent all that money before? But what my intuition is telling me is different, so we're going to see what they have to say. Because I personally feel that I should let the universe deal with it. But we're going to see what the universe has to say. See? Can't make this up. No. I'll let the universe. Will my family totally heal with the help of you, the universe, Mother Gaia, and myself? Choose a new direction. So I need to choose a new direction on how to heal my family, I guess. We're going to leave it at that. Like I said, no is not no. Rejection is maybe for my protection. So I'm going to end this with my pendulum. As you see how my pendulum is made. So I sit it up right. Yes. See, no, maybe, unclear. So I want you guys to be able to see my hand steady with this pendulum reading. Source, universe, Mother Gaia, are you with me? Is the divine light and my heavenly ancestors with me? Am I sovereign? May I please have my password? Thank you, Source Universe. Everything that I spoke on tonight with this reading of myself, was it authentic and nothing but the truth? Thank you so much, Universe. And can you just swing unclear to show the audience of your forces? Can you swing maybe? And last but not least, can you sing yes for the best? Thank you. And that, my friends, ends my personal reading that I wanted to share my life with you guys. I send you nothing but love. If you want any personal readings from me, you can reach me with my first name, last name Townsend, TOWNSEND, 36 at gmail.com, Nitrell Townsend at gmail.com, or you can check out my IG and send me a message, Nitrell Lovely, or go on my Facebook, Nicole Townsend. With that being said, Ashe Namaste, and may everyone have a lovely, wonderful, wonderful Saturday evening. Peace and love.